Good day to everyone. I am Rafael Clyde M. Larida, a fifth-year architecture student of the Ateneo de Davao University. Today, I am going to present my title for my thesis, which is a proposed arts preschool complex, a study on the effects of arts immersion in early childhood education and its response to sustainable development. To start things off, I am going to present my background of the study. First off, we have my introduction. The United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development provides a standard blueprint on peace and prosperity from this day onwards in order to recognize that global deprivations should go hand in hand with strategies that focus on equality, economic growth, environmental protection, health, and education. This is the 17 Sustainable Developmental Goals, or the SDG, integrated by the UN to acknowledge that an action in one of its branches shall affect outcomes in others. Furthermore, UNESCO's Education for Sustainable Development Roadmap emphasizes the integration of the 17 SDGs in learning curriculums to shift the world's focus towards a sustainable future. Between 2005 and 2014, UNESCO has staged a global effort to promote education for sustainability. The main idea focusing on educational systems, which is the SDG 4.7 target, narrows down the broadness of the 2030 Agenda to further transcend it into professional development possibilities. So the SDG 4 ensures that all learners acquire the knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development, including, among others, through education for sustainable development. A strong consensus was implied that ESD, or Education for Sustainable Development, should start in early childhood education. This must lay a substantial psychological, emotional, intellectual, physical, and social foundation for the lifelong learning and development of children. An increase of scholarly articles were discussed, and teaching methods of sustainability issues in ECE has also been evident in recent years. This challenges early child educators in imposing sustainability contexts in a comprehensive and integrated manner. Imagining new futures such as sustainable development imposes challenges for a transformative early childhood education in supporting necessary changes to innovate the frameworks in the changing world. Art-based pedagogies provide this said experiences since this type of learning encourages problem solving, promotes learning agency, and provides avenues for creative expression. Reinforcing arts experiences in ECE, supporting peace, global citizenship, human rights, and sustainability, allow children to engage with others' lived experiences. This is where the arts immersion approach comes into play. The field of arts can be obtained as a learning avenue and a medium to access other learning systems through arts. The term arts immersion was made as an amalgam between arts pedagogy and language immersion and is underpinned by different cultures shaping our identity as people and learners. Arts participation has been continuously connected to promising overall school engagement, positive social outcomes, increased graduation rates, and competent pro-social activities and community engagement. In the Philippines, the Department of Education has its arts curriculum for the kindergarten level, focusing on the exposure of arts and music processes. However, discovering and understanding the effects of arts-based learning for sustainability in the early childhood education level needs more in-depth investigation. In line with this, the study will examine and analyze the influence of arts immersion approach for an innovative early childhood education that can contribute to sustainable development. The results of this research will aid design-related decision in planning an arts preschool complex that understands the significant concepts of arts-based pedagogy and prioritizes sustainability for its learners. We now proceed to my statement of the problem. ECE has always been challenged to pursue sustainability to achieve the 2030 Agenda of the UNESCO and the United Nations. It has also been found that arts-based learning would help this transformative ECE to take place. However, more in-depth research about this topic needs to take place. In accordance with this, the study seeks answers to these questions. First, what is the concept of sustainable development goals? Second, what does arts-based learning mean? Third, what are the challenges for ECE in contributing to sustainable development? Fourth, what role does the arts play in innovating early childhood education? Fifth, how can arts-based learning curriculum transform ECE? Sixth, how does arts-based participation affect early childhood development and learning? Lastly, how will the built environment be efficient in promoting sustainable development by honing its preschool learners? So we proceed to my goals and objectives. The study aims to achieve the following objectives in order to pursue that arts immersion is crucial in promoting transformative ECE for sustainability. First, to further understand the United Nations SDGs. Second, to acknowledge the definition and various concepts of arts-based learning. Third, to identify the different factors that contest early childhood education in promoting sustainable development. Fourth, to determine the contribution of the arts in supporting early childhood education for sustainability. Fifth, to strategize and develop an arts-based learning curriculum for a more innovative early childhood education. Sixth, to recognize and analyze the effects of arts immersion approach to early childhood social emotional development and learning behavior. And lastly, to establish the significance of arts participation and learning in a preschool complex to prioritize the world's need for sustainable development. I will now present my research framework for my study. I have chosen to use a conceptual framework to present and analyze my study. Study focuses on innovating and transforming the pre-existing ECE system to aid its learners' development and contribute to a sustainable future. The study will use an arts-based learning technique, which is the arts immersion approach, and this will be supported by Education for Sustainability, which is the ESD, a concept pursued by UNESCO and the UN to transcend the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. In line with this, the study creates a new learning curriculum for early childhood learners where learning shall integrate arts-based pedagogy and activities. This innovation in the learning system shall not only be exclusive to preschool children, but also emphasize the teaching efficiency of educators when arts-based learning is integrated. With this said, the study aims to produce a learning curriculum focusing on arts-based pedagogies in early childhood education, which shall serve as a guideline in planning an arts preschool complex prioritizing sustainable development. For my hypothesis, the study hypothesizes that by introducing arts-based learning in ECE would really benefit the development of its learners, which will then be crucial in pursuing a sustainable future. This proposal shall encourage children to engage in an inventive and ingenious type of learning where they are free to explore different mediums of art. In the long run, by integrating arts-based experiences as early as ECE, children will develop cognitive and social emotional skills which are vital in helping them to give back to their society. For the last part of my background of the study, we have the significance of the study. The study's significance shall revolve around pursuing sustainability in ECE systems. This will mainly benefit the national education sector, which is the DepEd. The arts-based learning curriculum for ECE shall establish a new take for the K-12 program of the sector. Moreover, the study would also benefit ECE educators. By introducing the concepts of arts-based learning, new pedagogical approaches and strategies shall be implemented for these educators. Parents and guardians of preschool children would also have a wider understanding of ECE learning. Given the rights they have over these learners, the study would help them see the utmost potential in transformative education. Architects as medium of sustainable development and societal change can design and build environments where future sustainability is emphasized through educational establishments. The study serves as a stepping stone for further contributions in the fields of education and sustainability. Researchers can go beyond the scope and limitations of the study, to which they can use other methodologies that can suffice the gaps in other aspects of the matter. That concludes my background of the study. We now proceed to the review of related literature matrix. For the first 3 journals that I will use for my RRL, this focuses on early childhood education for sustainability. For the next 3 journals, this focuses on arts immersion and arts-based pedagogies focusing on early childhood contexts and its effects on sustainability. The next two journals and articles will analyze how arts-based and multimodal activities can help develop a child's mind. For the next two journals, it mainly talks about educators and also the effects of arts-based learning in children's social emotional development. Fox and Berry's journal will analyze different elements of an arts-based program in early childhood education and its effects still on child's development. For the next two journals, this understands concepts of arts education and its response to sustainable future. Hurst and Wilkinson's journal will provide concepts of sustainability through ECE in different literary reviews. Lastly, Kamen's journal will help the study further understand how creative processes can help preschool teaching for sustainable development. Now for my proposed methodologies. I have focused to present my research objectives and the proposed methodologies I will use. For my RO1, it focuses on United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I will use related literature studies to determine the factors and purpose of the SDGs. Next objective is focusing on arts-based learning. I will still use review of related literature to understand and determine concepts and principles of arts-based pedagogy. Third, this focuses on challenges of ECE or early childhood education for sustainability. I will now conduct an interview as well as review related literature to further understand and determine the factors contesting ECE for sustainability. Fourth, it focuses on arts in ECE for sustainability. Interview and review related literature will still be used to determine factors and concepts of arts-based learning in the context of ECE. Fifth, this will focus on arts curriculum for ECE. The K-12 curriculum of the DepEd will be of significance in this portion of my methodology. An interview and review of related literature will still take place to understand and innovate arts curriculum for the K-12 program of the DepEd. For the sixth objective, it focuses on arts in early childhood development. Interview for parents and guardians as well as developmental pediatricians will be conducted to understand and determine factors of child development affected by arts-based experiences. For my last objective, this focuses on concepts of arts education in a preschool complex. Educators and art teachers will be of significance in this portion of the interview. This will help the study create a planning guide based on arts curriculum for ECE. We now conclude my presentation with my projected outcomes. The study argues that by integrating the arts in early childhood education, children's growth in numeracy, literacy, physical, and social development are strengthened. The results will show that arts-based approaches in this context are of relevance in indicating a high-quality ECE. It will then lead to a more detailed and well-planned arts curriculum for the kindergarten program of the K-12 curriculum of the Department of Education. This new curriculum shall serve as the guideline in the design process of a built environment, focusing on arts-based education for preschool children. Recognizing that the arts is a unique set of languages for learning experiences maximizes possibilities to attain the SDG in the field of ECE and beyond. Once again, I am Rafael Clyde M. Larida, a fifth-year architecture student of the Ateneo de Davao University, and this is the end of my title presentation. Thank you for listening.